Hello everyone, and welcome back to Serious Sam 4. We are playing episode 6, which has a Latin name, and someone told me the translation of it, and I forgot, so we're just gonna play it. So, I replayed some of the levels for one reason in particular, and that's the rocket launcher upgrade that I didn't get. Now I can do this. Which makes me shoot several rockets at once, and they have homing capabilities, and that's just really nice. Also, when I replayed it, I mostly just went out of bounds just to see if it was possible. There's a secret over there. I actually saw it this time. I have played this level also a little bit, because I was trying out vivid color settings, because people have been telling me to do that. And I don't like it at all, so I'm just not gonna show that off in the video. It's very bright. It's pretty unpleasant, but instead I'm going for the old school target reticle, which is going to turn green whenever I look at an enemy, and will gradually become more red as they take more damage. It makes it a little bit easier to see the enemies. Also, you're not really supposed to be here. I kind of just jumped on there, but this is actually a little bit of the remains of the previous level. Like, there's little structures and stuff still intact here, but it all looks a little bit more grassy and horrible. But I'm mostly just here to throw away 2 black holes, because when the previous video ended, I only had 1 black hole remaining, and I kind of need to stay true to the canon of these videos. So just pretend that I never had these 2 black holes to begin with when I replayed the level simply to get a rocket launcher upgrade. And I have played through this a little bit, as I said before, so I'm just going to run through the starting area a little bit quicker than before. There is a couple brain boys here, and I can show off the rocket launcher upgrade. Shooting 3 rockets quite easily and just about destroying anything that requires rockets to kill with significantly more ease. There is a second brain somewhere in here, but it left. Like it sort of flew to the right, and now it seems to be gone from this universe. I'm not really sure what happened there, but I'm sure it's hanging out somewhere in this world. Perhaps if I go back here, it'll be like, oh, I'm actually stuck on a wall. No, it just seems to be gone. I don't know what happened. Very unusual. Well, I'll accept it for what it is, which is cool, and the brain, which we'll probably end up seeing in the future. But yeah, when I was playing this for the first time, I accidentally discovered that you can do some neat jumping over here. If you like yourself jumping puzzles, and this is just a wonderful one. You just jump from wall to pillar and such, all the way to the top to only fall back down again, because sometimes the game just sort of decides that you're gonna slide off stuff, and that makes for a wonderful jumping puzzle. Like, that time didn't do it. Maybe because I was running this time? I'm not sure, but either way, here is a second black hole to refill the ones I just threw into the nothingness over there. If we dare to pretend that I started this level with more black holes than originally. And after we clear out this area over here, we are back in I have no idea what's going on land. I really didn't get very far. It took me like 10 minutes, and then I had to restart the recording for reasons. Also, oh, there he is. In the previous video, I said that there was kind of a rough week thing going on. I shot too many rockets there, I think. And I think that's mostly over, but if I seem kind of low energy, then I'm continuing to blame it on that. And after picking up this, I will be without knowledge of this level. Because picking up that and knowing about it, pretty great. Also, again, this rocket launcher upgrade, it destroys those enemies. It destroys Knooms and the such like. Although it is a little bit harder to do headshots with this weapon, so it can be a little bit tricky to preserve ammo that way, but at the same time, you just shoot so many rockets at once, it's just very nice, you know? Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled looking at walls forever, because truly that's why everyone watches this, to make sure that you have seen every single wall texture at least 100 times at the end of this playthrough. It's very important to some. But outside of not knowing what perks I'm using right now, I'm feeling pretty happy with these settings. Being able to see your like crosshair turn green every time you look at an enemy makes it just a little bit easier to see if I'm actually aiming at something, and I appreciate that a lot. So I look forward to just continuing the game, basically like an old school Serious Sam game. Because that's how they used to show that off after a while, and it's nice that they kept it as an option if you don't like playing with health bars, which really don't add as much. Like, it's nice that you can have health bars. I don't know if you can have both, actually. Both would be nice. But health bars definitely seem like the worst option when... what is that green stuff over there? I don't know. Like, health bars definitely seem worse an option than, yeah, you're now aiming at something. Like, that seems significantly better in terms of showing you whether or not you're actually aiming at a thing. So, I don't know. It's a weird choice to me, but fair enough. I'm getting a little bit confused by the mission marker. I feel like I was just looking at it, pointing in a completely different direction, but maybe I'm just looking at things wrong right now. It's been a second since I've played Serious Sam 4. It's been like a full week after all. Whereas previously I played it like daily to try and beat the levels. So I can get a little bit overwhelmed by all the things that I haven't seen in a minute, and that's okay. Yeah, like this. This is why I got confused, because there's a big wall in the way. It's because I'm a fool. That's why. Everything reveals itself to be true in the end. Very good. Can't see any enemies over here. Also, I did like play around a little bit in Out of Bounds land on this level while I was just testing stuff. And it, once again, is surrounded by just a massive area. I actually used cheats for the first time to see if you could like turbo your way out of there, but even with like turbo cheats turned on, it still takes so long. It takes way too long to actually reach the edge. I didn't actually even bother this time around. I mean, this is definitely gonna close and kill me. Yeah, there we go. That seems about right. Clear skeleton. What a joy. I don't have the melee perk right now, I'm realizing. Like, don't have the melee medium enemies perk equipped currently. I'm curious if that's going to be a problem somewhere along the line. But yeah, this crosshair though, once again, it makes me aim better. Or at least aim in the direction of the enemy I'm trying to shoot, so I appreciate that for what it is. There is a red scorpion trying to kill me there. There's some more clear skeletons coming my way. Using the old-fashioned technology of just shooting it with a double-barreled shotgun still works in this game quite significantly well. And I'm happy about that. We'll headshot that red scorpion one of these days once I mean, he's just standing around. I can just chill over here. There's no real reason to actually try, I suppose. So, really, I'm just gonna chill here and just destroy some purple guys who are running at me. Okay, we're making this a little bit more difficult, I suppose. Uh-huh. I only heard you because I think you tried to melee me, and I appreciate you for what you did. Because it definitely would have been more difficult had he not tried to melee me, because I was unaware of its presence. Probably would have been scared the moment that hit me, so thank you, Yellow Scorpion, for working with me. Need to actually hit 2 headshots for that. I saw the little headshot marker pop up, but it didn't kill him. Interesting. Very interesting. Quick save. Moving on. What is this? Secret helmet? Or just one behind a small wall? 'Twas not a secret this time, but perhaps one day. Anyway. Moving on. Can I not jump on this wall? No. Like, I don't... Okay, no, there we go. I was just being... not jumping right, I guess. Not really sure what I did differently, but sure. I'll take it. I'm actually gonna get rid of these trees. They're making visibility quite bad. That's a good enough reason to just blow up a tree, I suppose. Surprised that that one tree survived that. Seeing as I shot it with a rocket launcher, but then 2 more hits with the knife was enough to finish it off, so... You're not so scary, tree. You don't scare me. But it doesn't look like I can actually go anywhere from up here. For as far as I can tell. I mean, I suppose I could probably reach this, but... this doesn't really seem to have any added value for me. I should check how many secrets there actually are in this level. 13. Okay, we're definitely gonna find everything. Oh, weapons reload quicker. I actually got that one. That actually kind of makes sense. Because I was curious about that. It makes the pistol quite a bit better. Because, I don't know, I guess this weapon reloads as well. And the sniper rifle, I suppose, also. Yeah, that's actually quite useful, I think. Thinking about it. Because I do like to have my weapons reloaded. And during a fight it can happen that you need to suddenly reload your weaponry. I mean, there has to be something over here, surely. It seems like it has too much potential to not contain a secret area of some kind, and my interest is thoroughly piqued. But at the same time, I kind of don't mind, like, moving it on a little bit more than I have. By just walking in the same circle over and over, trying to pick up the same power-ups repeatedly. Because, I mean, it does take a while to get through this game at the pace that I'm playing it. I may not be the fastest player of this game the world has ever seen. You could argue that, I suppose. I wouldn't immediately be mad if someone told me that. This is gonna be locked, isn't it?
Oh, looky what I found. I don't know, Sam, what is it? It's a locked door. But you hate those, don't you, Sam? Yes, I do. And you know what? I bet Rodriguez won't run into a single one of these.
It's a fair chance Rodriguez is never gonna run into a locked door. And even if he does, he could probably just teleport through it like the madman that he is. I don't know if I need to go here, but there's like a statue here that I can awkwardly jump on top of, and you know that's what I'm about. You know, this is my life, and I make my choice. I don't know if I can reach this statue. It seems kind of far away. But perhaps if I just keep trying... Nope. It really does seem like I'm not jumping high enough for that. But it also seemed like I wasn't jumping high enough for that, and then I made it. So maybe if I just try a couple more times, it'll be like, whoa, that was a pretty good jump. All right, here you go. Have some money. There you go. And look at me. Here I am. I could jump there probably. Would that assist me? I mean, I'm sure I'm here now. Oh, this is this is the same area, isn't it? The revelation was as disappointing as the attempts to try and get on top of it, and I'm very happy about that. All right, cool. Let's see if there's anything else in this place that maybe we could explore, like the rest of the level. I'm uncertain if there's anything up there, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was some kind of thing that I could get by getting on top of that. Like, really though? Is there truly nothing there? That seems unusual. That's all I'm saying. It seems unusual. But I suppose I'll accept it and move on this time, but I'm still a little bit angry about it. What? Are you serious? That was a boss in like one level. Oh, kind of a boss. I don't know if it was really a boss. Where'd it go? Oh, good. I love trees, though. Very happy with my choice to keep trees around. Alright, this one was a little bit easier to destroy, I suppose, but still kind of surprising. Also, I feel like I'm getting some FPS drops anything is happening, so I'm not really sure what's going on there, but we've been finally getting the experience that everyone else was having when they were trying to play this game, so that's I guess good. It's a little bit more representative of what's actually going on. Maybe I'm just seeing things. I think both are equally possible at this point. It's been so long since I've even looked at a video game that I just don't know what things look like anymore. Life. Cool. I'm pretty sure this is out of bounds. I'm not even gonna try. Like, it just looks that way. It has that certain smell to it that ordinarily, like back in the day, would have to text like, you're not supposed to be here. You know, those funny little jokes? Remember those japes? Those were good. I don't trust this for even a millisecond. Look at this grave saying Spock with a bird on top of it. Don't trust this whatsoever. Just making sure that I'm not missing the obvious jumping puzzle before I blow up this grave. It was nothing. It was just a single health power-up. Really? That doesn't seem like... Maybe I'm expecting too many things to be trapped at this point. I don't know anymore. I'm just gonna keep it moving on. I got the pep in my step and I'm ready to step on some bad guys. Yeah. Alright, where are we going? Over there, I guess. But what if there's a secret inside this crate. I think so. Maybe not. Tried to dual wield my pistols there. Didn't press the button to actually dual wield it. It was fairly ineffective. Instead, I just kept aiming at it. But I stand by my choice. So, there you go. Do you think, though, if I can press the jump button at any point in my life that I can actually reach on top of this? Like, this works. But the moment I'm moving, the jump button seems to not be as effective. I don't know that. I don't think that makes it. Fair enough. Anything waiting for me over here? This is where I came from again, isn't it? Yes, it is. Okay. 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 I'll be going there in a second. Just making sure. Just making sure that nothing is going to... Well, that's just a little bit unfortunate, isn't it? That's definitely out of bounds. I mean... that's just sad. Alright, don't worry about it. Just don't look at it. It's not there. The out of bounds can't get you. It's not real. It's just trying to hang out. Just trying to render as hard as it can. And sometimes that's a little difficult when you're trying to look through a random window. You can't be expected for that to be a feature. I mean, surely, though. All these places that look like just so ever so barely out of reach, you know? But I feel like if I just try a little bit, I could probably reach that. But again, I also wouldn't be surprised if that's out of bounds land again, because it's just a little bit too difficult to get there. And every time that's the case, I jump, and before you know it, whoops, there goes the land. And that's not what you want to see. We have seen the land.
Why can't these things ever be under the doormat?
I'm just gonna assume the keys were probably inside this building, on this side of the wall, and not on the outside of that building, but quite frankly, who knows? Maybe this is like an eccentric person who keeps all their keys hidden on the very edge of the outside wall. I just don't know how these people live. They could have their own ways, and I'm not gonna judge them for it. I'm just gonna say, fair enough. Thanks for the keys. Move on. What's that sound? Ah, okay. Fortunately, I have homing missiles and killed one of them. So, these enemies seem to die, I think, when you hit the gas canister on the back. And I'm not sure if that's true, but I was like playing around with them a bit, and it did seem to like get one shot a bit every now and then with an actual explosion, which I feel makes sense with an enemy that uses a flamethrower. Like maybe there's something there. Maybe their weakness is this tank. Probably not when they're dead, though. Obviously, that doesn't work. It's attached to their life force, but when they aren't dead, I wouldn't be surprised if that's actually a thing, you know? I wouldn't scream out loud saying liar and fool to this game as the enemy explodes. I'd be like, alright, cool. I'm hoping that's the case. Now, I'm very much following the road here, because any of these places could be a place where things spawn if I just follow the road for once. I'm scared if I make even one jump off track that I'm gonna miss out on cool brains to shoot. I'm happy we had to go get that key.
The war to save the Earth.
Also, I've listened to some of the radios. Yeah, they're not worth listening to. It's just very, very boring. Very boring talking. And I don't mean that as in they're not trying to say something interesting, but the way they're presenting it as a newscaster does not have the energy I require to keep invested in it. And then the things I do actually say are a little bit too... the world is not doing so good. If they just gave some more good news every now and then, like, whew, Sam's here and he killed like 5 dudes, I'd be like, whoa, how'd you do that? That's incredible. Where am I? Like, this definitely looked like an area I was very easily able to reach, and yeah, okay, there's actually something here. Okay, good. Another life. This has got to be a trap, right? There's no way. There's no way this is safe. Look at this place. This is not the most pretty looking arena you've ever seen in your life. I don't know what kind of arenas I guess you've seen in your life, but I mean this one looks quite nice. You can trust me on that one. But no, maybe this is just a cool little secret area. 1 out of 13. Oh, you weren't supposed to jump on this. Whoops. Well, I guess I found my own way to get to that secret area. I didn't see the entryway there that was hidden behind a bush. It was quite well hidden after all, so I'm not even like super mad about it. Also, there seems to be another weapon over there. What is that? Can't be the Tommy gun, surely, because there's a separate button to get the Tommy gun in this game, so it would seem unusual if it's like, oh, actually, here it is anyway. Whoop. But happy you pre-ordered our game for it. Hee-hoo. Tee-hoo. You know, I assume that's how people talk in a world. I have to try this for a second. I'm very sorry, but look at this. Look at this. Just look at it. This seems so accessible for a fool like me. I'll accept that I never see that area in my life, and instead move on. I don't know. I tried to jump a lot. It didn't work out. Also, I guess you can just get past this locked door if you just jump past it. Alright, that's actually pretty cool. Sam does hate locked doors, so the fact that you could just run past it, I don't hate that. It's a little bit of a secret, but still, that's alright. That's alright. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I like that. Did I mention I like that? Because I do. I think that's pretty cool. Then there's the... hey, man. I guess I get to get you behind me, you. That was some weird movement there, but sure, I guess. That's not great. This is getting a bit messy. Yeah, let's just go over here. Oh, God. Oh, boy. Oh, this is turning into a real rascal show. I'm trying to close the door. It did not work. Like, I was desperately trying as well. I was trying to get that door closed and just see if it was possible, but it was just not happening. Do you hear that? That's the button doing nothing. But that's the way it is sometimes, I guess. I mean, when you open a door, you can't be expected that you can also close it. That's insane. After that, you're gonna start asking, like, to add an enemy with hands that could open the door again afterwards. Like, it's just preposterous. I can't believe I didn't land on top of this just now, and I'm, quite frankly, a little bit disappointed. But that's more disappointed in myself and not so much in the game this time around. Doesn't look like there's actually anything up there, but still, I mean, there's that weird hole. But that doesn't really seem to do anything. Unusual terrain is how I will describe it today as I move on with my life from this precarious area filled with people with hammers. I don't really know how to deal with those enemies. Like, I know you're supposed to get behind them and shoot them, but that guy was not cooperating with me. And I hope one day he will. Quick save. Once again, it just looks a little bit too hard. But it does look like there's a little angle over there, and if you jump just right, maybe. But again, it also wouldn't surprise me if it just takes you to a place where the game's like, nope, not near. Don't worry about this place. This is where I jump by accident, right? Yeah. Although, if I go up here, maybe. Crouch, jump, crouch. Looks almost accessible, but not quite. They're trying harder to stop me from my shenanigans, even though in the very start of the level you could just jump out of bounds very easily. Also, this series of statues, with one being slightly, like, elevated above all the other ones. Makes me think. None of that. Well, that's suspicious. How did I break those ones, but not that one? I mean, this has gotta be something, right? How can there be one indestructible statue? And then a whole bunch of regular ones. Very strange. There's nothing I can interact with here for as far as I can see. Maybe I blew up the button that allows me to interact with it in some way. I don't know. Maybe it's just an indestructible statue and I'm trying to read too much into this. But it was the middle one, and that also makes it a little bit extra suspicious. Oh, there's a thing here. Auto shotgun. With a whole bunch of shells inside, and faster reload speed because of my perk. That's a whole bunch of cool things right there. I'm curious how fast this thing shoots. Never had an auto shotgun in a serious sound game before. Well, that sounded pretty suspicious. Something went herv. Who went herv? It's like an old dog. Like one of those big ones that occasionally just goes borf. Yeah, like that. There's an old dog somewhere over here, and I'm looking forward to pet it. If it's anything but a dog, I'm going to be viciously disappointed by the rest of this entire video game. Alright, done looking at these walls. Oh. I think that was a save fiasco. Yeah, that one. Oh, good. I thought, and then the screaming stopped. Oh, they're still here. They just all stopped, I guess. I'm not gonna use my auto shotgun on these guys, please. Unless there's like a whole lot of them, and it does appear that there's a possibility for that. But these guys are just not worthy of something called an auto shotgun. That's just too much. Which... Alright, I have to press 7 to use it. I suppose that's fine for a shotgun. A perfectly reasonable button to put a shotgun on. Oh, sniper bullets that I picked up just through these bars. Yeah, alright. Just put my hand through that and just pulled that liquidy box all the way out of there. Why not? I assume you could probably just jump on top of this somehow and then get on the other side of this, because that seems like a far more sensible way to pick up those sniper bullets, but... I mean, I'll take it the way I did, I guess. Just a little bit surprised is all. I'll be with you in a minute. There seems to be walls here, and I've not thoroughly investigated it, I would say. It's a good way to just get your health back up if you just thoroughly investigate every single nook and cranny, because even though occasionally you'll find something that seems a little off or it just accidentally destroys you a bit, sometimes you get more health out of it than you lost in the end, so that's good, right? So, yeah. Actually, this is smart, actually. Also, this seems like it has potential for nonsense, although it's like... It's all slightly out of reach again. It's all just a little bit much. This tiny bush is like not grooving with me, as they say. No one says that. Is it a thing? It's probably someone who said that at some point and was very serious about it. I would say that if I can jump on top of this, I can jump on top of that. And from there I can do all sorts of things. But we shall see. And then from here, yeah, I can reach this place. And then from here, I don't need to go there, I guess, because does this lead back? I actually don't know where this is. Like, it seems like I would have to go in that direction, but I quick save just in case because I don't trust it. Maybe this is just a place that you reach.
Can you hear me? Trapped. And injured. Sit tight. I'm on my way. They're trapped. What else are they gonna do?
Fair. Alright, cool. So all of that nonsense that I just did was effectively pointless because I could have just ran around and then I would have known. And then I could have picked up the sniper bullets from that point and we'd all have been fine. But I didn't know. I made it my own way and I did what I had to do. I probably could have missed that call with Mikhail, but I didn't. So, yeah, I'm a winner. This map's messy. It's a messy map. It's a messy Bessie is what this map is. I'm hearing some enemies and I don't appreciate it. Thinking about going back to double-barreled, dual-wielding shotguns, but I don't know, I'm digging this. I don't mind this so far. go all the way over there. Like, in a second, I'll do my own shenanigans again. Oh, it's a Gnar. Do you hear if I do this? You don't. Interesting. I actually wasn't sure if there was going to be a difference in, like, gun sounds, because... You know how in Doom, if you punch the air, enemies would still hear it, because it's an attack, and, you know, that's enough. That was like Doom 1. I guess this game is like 30 years older than Doom 1, but... Not quite 30, I guess, at this point, but... It'll get there. Eventually it'll be 30 years older than Doom 1, because that's how time works. It sure is. Like, I'm surprised that this isn't a thing where you can... Like, you have this whole area you can easily jump to, and it's like, why would we put something here? But then you can jump all the way up top of this. And you think, ooh, maybe this could lead somewhere. And before you know it, you've fully gone out of bounds. Because once again, this seems like just like the kind of area where you would end up if you're doing the things you're not really supposed to do, which is jump on top of a thing. Game's very much not about that, but it gives you the option so many times. But every time I do, I go a little bit further into the grasslands, and lo and behold, there goes the land. And I suppose it is what it is. I think in Serious Sam 3, and it has been a while since I played Serious Sam 3. I played it through like once and then I just never really touched it again. But when I played through that, I think I did have a lot of complaints about invisible walls. And in this game, it's not so much that there are invisible walls, it's just that they're very inconsistent. Like, the game's use of invisible walls is just unusual to me, because sometimes it blocks you off for a good reason. Like, you're just not supposed to go here. There's a piece of barbed wire on this fence, so we're gonna put a 10-foot tall invisible wall above it that you can somehow still jump on top of. But if it was just like, either please do all or nothing, you know? Don't go half and half on this nonsense, because it feels really awkward when you're trying to explore something and you're never quite sure, is this gonna send me to no man's land? Again. Anyway, blue biomechanoids. They're fun. Because they die in one rocket, and they give you more of an incentive to actually try and hit them. That guy was just standing still, though. I mean, I didn't really have to kill him. Once again, probably could have avoided those if I just used this mountain path that I accidentally... Alright, cool. If I used that mountain path instead of, like, going through that barrier over there, but that's just video games. Like, I'm feeling conflicted. I need to, like, think about this, I think, because I'm not gonna get through this through the power of a single video alone, I think. I need to, like, take a moment to think, like, what do I actually want in a video game? Because I also don't like being the person who's like, in the one game, I'm complaining about one thing, and then when they do the complete opposite of that, it's like, well, this isn't good either. Like, that just seems like you're never gonna make someone happy. And I suppose maybe I'm just a bit complainy. Maybe I'm just a complainy boy. Maybe that's just what's going on. I went a little bit far back. This was probably not immediately necessary, but that's okay. I feel safe in this place. And since my health is not as good as it once was, I don't mind playing it a little bit safe. I'm probably gonna die to the first enemy that's gonna run around this corner, but might be the third one. What enemies are these even? Oh, they're the red ones. I was wondering why they look so insane, but that makes sense. Also, I'm assuming this battle works maybe a little differently if you don't run this far back. Because now they're all just trying to get through that same doorway rather than surrounding you with various nonsense. This is not great. This is not great at all. Also, apparently, the grenade launcher power-up, you can blow up your grenades in midair. And that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna keep going back, I think. This seems fine. Because that guy's just gonna fart around anyway. Like, it doesn't really matter where I go. He's probably dead, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say he is. He might not be dead. Uncertain. Hard to tell. Quick save, middle of battle, because I'm a fool and a loser. God, these enemies are annoying. Can you imagine doing this without like homing missiles? I can, because I nearly would have. It seems we're okay again. And I'm just gonna grab a little bit of stuff here and there. Try to shoot this guy in the gas canisters every now and then to see if it really does make an effect or if I was just dreaming that. Both seem equally possible. Also, these guys really hunt you down, huh? Not this one. That one. Because I went really far away and they are still just going for me. I'm just gonna use a second one. Found a whole bunch of these things in secret areas, which makes me assume I'm probably never actually gonna need them. Grenades? But yeah, maybe I should use the secondary fire a bit more, which is like a mid-air explodey thing, like this. And it might work out every now and then, but I feel like I actually need to see the enemy I'm shooting at when I try to use this. Which is fair for most battles, I would say. Like, that guy died in one hit, and I'm not sure if it's because I just hit him in the head with a grenade. Or hit him in the back, or if he was already kind of dead. I don't know. What I do know is that the battle music will not stop. No matter how much stuff I'm destroying, there's always just a little bit more stuff. I wouldn't mind like a little bit of a break maybe now. Also, I don't know where this enemy is. I want to say he's on that side. Yeah, that seems like there would be an enemy there, I would say. Did he just explode? What was that sound? It sounded like he just sort of died. I still haven't used the auto shotgun, I just remembered that I even had it. I'm not gonna use it on this guy, but... You know, I should remember that it's a thing that exists. Because the potential for the auto shotgun is very high. Because it's an auto shotgun, and I feel like that on its own is enough of a boon, I would say, to itself. That it probably is worthwhile to at least try it at some point. But I have to press 7. And the only time I really go that far over the keyboard is to get a sniper rifle. That's for pretty, like, far away situations. The nice thing about having to press 3 for the regular shotgun is that your hand's already there, and you're usually using it against something that's very close to you. And I think every time I play a game, and I say this, someone will be like, just rebind the keys. And I probably should. But actually, curiosity. Going to the keyboard and mouse settings. Configure keys. If I press 3, that's just weapon slot 3. But can I set my weapon slots in any reasonable way? I think that would be like the addition for me. I don't mind pressing 3 times to get 3 different types of shotguns. But having to get used to different buttons to press, that messes me up too much. Like the thing about rebinding keys for me is that I'm not gonna get used to it until I'm actually literally done with the game. And for like a second playthrough, I'd say that having that is quite useful. But if you're only really planning the one, and even if I do a second playthrough of this where I'm actually just trying to go like all walkthrough mode on it, I'll probably like practice first. And then at that point I'll just have some extra time to get used to stuff, you know? It's like, right now I don't know what weapons are going to be available. It would be nice if I could just have like the weapon slot be customizable, I guess. I'm actually going to look in the settings for that just real quick. I couldn't find it. I set it to G. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna stop being a weenie and I'm actually just gonna try to change my controls and see if I can get used to it. Because I do wanna... If the auto shotgun is more or less what the name is selling to me, then it does sound like a weapon I would like to use more than once. So we're pressing G for shotgun. That's how it's gonna be for now. And if it doesn't work out for me, you know what? I did my best. At least for once I tried, you know? It's a new experience for me. Let's see if it works out. Let's see if this is anything. It is something. It's a secret ammo depot. With a surprising amount of ammo for all of my guns. Very good, very good. I also actually filled up my entire auto shotgun without using it once, so really, I should be using it a little bit more. Anyway, over yonder is where we have to go. I'll be there in just a moment, just making sure that we've explored as much of this place as possible before moving on. But I feel confident that what we have seen so far is more or less the gist of it, so no bothers. I think there's rockets there, and I am not quite filled up on those yet. The rockets are quite fun to use when you can suddenly shoot a whole bunch of them. Kind of surprising choice, actually, I guess, that you would need to like do things for upgrades like that, because in like older series Sam games, you would, even if you didn't pick up a certain weapon, you'd just get it the next level anyways. Like, oh well, you missed it, here you go, otherwise you'll just never see it again. I'm kind of surprised they went for the option to not do that for the like add-ons, because I mean, I guess it makes more of an incentive to actually go for an optional area and stuff like that, but like then there's the parts where suddenly the game just doesn't give you the thing, and then it just kind of sucks, you know? It's like you went through all this effort, you didn't get it. You might not even notice you didn't get anything like I did, because I'm a fool and a scoundrel. Until I was already like way too far into the recording to be like, I'm gonna restart this whole level. And yeah, it's just kind of blows. It's just a little bit sad. Just a little bit sad. Fairly certain I can jump past this. I'm also feeling fairly confident that if I just walk around for once that I'll actually reach that same area as well. So perhaps not this time. We have done that same joke too many times. We need to move on from that same style of comedy, I say to myself as I'm already planning the next jumping puzzle for myself. Which really is only a jumping puzzle for me and literally no other person on this universe. But you know, that's... games give you options. So this is neat. That's cool, because that's gonna change my whole build. Because I can choose increased shooting speed after reloading. Little bit curious about that. Resistance to splash damage, that's actually pretty good for rocket launchers and stuff. More damage on low health, that's probably good for me because I'm always at low health. Dual wield different weapons at the same time would actually be a lot of fun. Move at normal speed even while aiming. Like, there's definitely some good choices here. But riding werebulls and knooms, you know? That just sounds like a lot of fun. And I'm just gonna go all the way on this direction and first see if I can maybe do it on a large enemy. The moment I see my first bull, I'm switching I'm switching perk, because I want to try that stuff out. I want to see what that's like. I am extremely curious, and I'm worried. I'm a little worried about it, but we'll see. We'll see if it works out and if it's a lot of fun. If it's not, that's okay too. I tried. At least there's a bunch of other perks which are just in general like useful. So if need be, I can just go the boring route and just take like the good stuff and just beat the game, I guess. But first I just want to have some good times, you know? Just want to try out some stuff. And we'll see if it pays off in the end. On the one hand, I wish to go here. But on the other, you know what's over there. You think I can get on top of this? Because this fence looks like I would be able to run over it. But at the same time, this jump looks maybe a little bit too high. Maybe. This also seems a bit unlikely to get on top of just by jumping over there. But it would be a lot of fun if it worked. I can probably get around it somehow, though. What? Cock locked and handcocked for a mini nuke. Well, I can't exactly say no to something called a mini nuke, can I? That seems like my cup of nonsense. And I want to pour it all over myself, so let's... Hello, said she.
Are you the one they call Serious Sam?
The one and only.
Oh, I am a very big fan. Can you sign my rifle? I collect the signature of the badass.
Sure.
I already have the signature of Massimo Murena and Rodriguez the Ram.
The Ram? Really?
Only one small problem. I left my rifle over there. Many enemies, very dangerous. Perhaps you, the great hero, can defeat them.
Anything for a fan.
Yep. Definitely not doing this for the mini nuke. Doing it for the fans. You got that right, buddy. I appreciate you, Sechi. Have you told me your name? I'm not sure you have. I just jumped on top of this. It took me like 4 tries, but I got there in the end. Is there a purpose to this place? I would argue there probably isn't. There's a big area over there. Oh, I guess that's where I have to go. Wait, if that's where I have to go, can I just, like, get on top of this wall and make life a lot easier for myself? I'm gonna go with perhaps. But not the easiest jump I've ever had to make, so perhaps not. Perhaps it's a little bit more tricky than that, but anyway. Curious how this jump, like, sometimes it works and it gets you to strange places. Ah, well. Moving
You
on.
know who I just met? Sam Stone! Yes, serious Sam! No, I swear! Oh.
This is a
No,
good
I
radio
can't
play.
get it for you. He went to sign my rifle. What? No, of course not. Oh. Ah, well. My favorite EDF member is Hellfire.
Fair.
Hellfire.
That's not a bad choice, all things considered. But that's more or less just like the availability of the various characters in EDF. I mean, there's Sam, there's Kenny. I mean, Kenny's the obvious choice. But then Hellfire has like a car every now and then, so you know, it does make it a little bit difficult. And then of course Jones, rest his soul, just classic characters. And that's all of them. That's all of the EDF members that exist. Oh, I guess I forgot the Professor. Professor German Man. Mustn't forget him and his main characteristic that he is a German person, and that is the extent of his being. I mean, I guess he's also a professor sometimes, and he likes arms. There is that, I suppose. Anyway, I wish to melee that one. But I need to get quite close to that, I suppose. And that makes it a little bit awkward. As I try to destroy the other one so I don't get rocketed in my face at the same time. Let it happen! Excuse me, are you not a large enemy though? Well, that's a little bit disappointing. Perhaps they need to get into like a stunned animation before they can be meleeed. Because that's how it used to be for these enemies, that they would have to like sit down and then you could like remove their heads. But the thing about that is that they would have to be nearly dead. And that doesn't really work in this game. Maybe if I get behind him? Maybe that works. Maybe I just cannot melee those anymore, and he didn't learn how to do that until Serious Sam 3. Which is fair, you learn a lot in between games. So, you know, I guess that's fine, but it just feels like I died because I tried to do a thing that I could do in another Serious Sam game, and I just equipped a perk to do it. And now I still have it equipped. I don't... That was my first death in this level, I think, as well. I died just because my perk don't work. What is a large enemy at this point? That maybe I do need to get behind it or something. If it doesn't work at all, that's just extremely disappointing, I would say. Give me that. Hollow decoy. I mean, I guess there were 13 secrets in this level, but I'm still a little bit surprised that I'm finding so many of them. But fair enough. I'll take it for what it is. That I'm just a massive genius. It's hard to be me. But I manage. I manage. Just fine. Do you think there's anything over here, though? Do you think there's anything of interest that I could get, perhaps? I mean, this looks like one of those places where I could, like, ordinarily maybe crawl out of bounds a little bit, so I wouldn't be surprised if this could send me to the real secret area. The actual secrets of this land. Although I guess in this instance it would probably just send me to the other side. Which is a little bit less exciting, I suppose. Well, this doesn't seem like I'm gonna die. I mean, this is more or less how all the optional areas end, so I might not die.
Enjoy the shooting. Yours sincerely, Kenny the Killer.
Hell yeah. You better not be disrespecting Kenny. Let me just check out. Just real quick though. There's nothing on this. Doesn't move. I did a weird spin before picking that up. Mini nuke. A surface-to-surface missile packed with a powerful explosive. Blah blah blah. Features a targeting system. Well, consider me curious. I'm gonna just quick save real quick. If you right click, you actually just switch target. I just want to see how it works. Oh, there you go. In the left, you can still see that it's like active right now. It's not really damaging me. Fair enough. Looks pretty cool. Let's see if we can use that in our next fight. Or in a fight. Just at any point, really. Until then, I will hold on to my trusty auto shotgun that I will be using at some point in my life, provided that I find an enemy where it seems a shotgun would do the trick. The thing is, the knife exists, you know, and like against all those Gnars, the knife was just fine. And then the other ones, like, you don't want to get close to them because apparently melees don't exist. So you'd rather maybe use a sniper rifle or something like that. But I'm sure maybe like a bunch of clear skeletons. I think that would not be a bad choice, provided that it kills them reasonably quickly. There's a lot of stuff over here. Well, that concerns me a little bit, because I haven't really had much difficulty getting here, so I can only assume that the way back is going to be horrendous. That is the assumption. Let's see what the truth brings. Because this place is quite big. And there wasn't that much big stuff
That
here.
didn't seem all that dangerous.
Yeah.
Why do I say these things?
That door just closed. Alright. Yeah, this seems fine. I fully accept this weapon for what it is. But hang on. Hang on. Just real quick. Get over here. Yes. This is a bit janky, but it works. I don't know if I can really do anything of interest with this bull, but I mean, I'm gonna be real with you, this seems pretty effective. Just sitting on top of this dude and just shooting stuff. I don't know what that bar on the left is. It might just be his health bar, I guess. I didn't really pay attention to whenever I ran into a different bull. Hello. Don't mind me. The third person view is not really helping my case. Yeah, I just switched bull. I guess that is the health bar. I'm not sure if I can use my, like, alteration of the weapon version thing that I can shoot many rockets. God, it's okay. This is just extremely fiddly to use. Alright. Let me just equip this. Quick save over that. Try that
Why
again.
do I say these things?
I did say I wanted to use the mini nuke. But I think the bull... I mean, the bull seems good, provided that you can get on it. The moment that you struggle with that even a little bit, it becomes significantly less interesting. But it's like so instant as well. That's the thing. There is like no pause in
Why
between
do I say these things?
you are not on the bull and you are on the bull. That's a little bit tedious. That's like the only bad thing I feel about this bull ride, is that you're just teleported on top of it. and you don't know whether or not you're going to be teleporting on top of it until you're literally on top of it already. So I was like, But anyway, whatever. It's fine. It's cool. Let's just destroy the remaining bulls here. Actually, I guess I should probably just focus on the biomechanoids, huh? Because I could just use the bulls as a nice gaming chair. I'm not taking damage from any of these bulls. I'm not really sure what's happening there, but that happens occasionally. Which is nice, I guess. Am I just like briefly invulnerable whenever I get off a bull, or am I just accidentally like in cheat mode or something? Because that seems insane. Yep, press E to enter. That's what I would put on a bull as well. Oh, the auto shotgun is so much fun though. I was not wrong when I said this seems like the weapon I want to use, because I mean it's auto and it's a shotgun. That's like all you need in a weapon. It matches all the criteria. I think there was another biomechanoid, right? Did I imagine that? Maybe. I'm just gonna blow up these remaining ones. And then probably just go back for the, oh, I guess there's more stuff. I'll go back in a second then. But I guess they probably did intend for this to be the try out the bulls area. Oh good, it's those enemies. My favorita. They do love me. Flying boys. That really just distract you from the main enemies. I think maybe that's just their purpose. Like you start shooting at other stuff so you look away. Maybe that's like the one dangerous aspect of these things. Also, how well does this bull melee a clear skeleton? Not amazingly, but not terribly either. I don't really think I want to be using my auto shotgun on these flying guys. I'm just making sure that all the clear skeletons are dead before I start shooting at the light bulbs. I'm still curious what a large enemy is, though. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what to even think. Because wearables and Knooms you can ride. I mean, I guess there's the hammer enemies. Those are quite large. It wouldn't be too much of a shock if that would count as a large enemy that you could melee then. But I'm still just a little bit sad that I couldn't get the melee to work. Maybe I need to just like do something, I suppose, to make it work, but I don't know. Either way, I'm gonna go back and grab a whole bunch of ammo, I think, because that was a pretty substantial amount of enemies that we just killed, and there was a lot of health that I didn't pick up over here. But riding bulls, I like it. I like the riding bulls part. It's a little jank. The fact that you teleport on top of it, you need to be behind it to get on top of it, so you're trying to like spam the E button, and then suddenly you're on top of it, and then you immediately leave it again, because leaving it is the same button, and you don't have to hold anything, it just happens instantly, like that, but that could have maybe used a little bit of refinement, but other than that, running around on a bull, shooting stuff, actually outrunning an enemy for once in my gosh darn life. I can appreciate that stuff, you know? That's just nice. But I'm gonna pick up all these rockets and be on my merry way with my mini nuke that I forgot to use, because I was too distracted about the possibility of riding a bull, and I'm gonna be real with you. It was worth it. It was a lot of fun. My soldier friend has since disappeared, so I hope that the Kenny signature is very pleasing to that guy. I guess he could have died to all those enemies that were there just now. Not impossible, from the sound of things. But, 'tis a shame. We will move on. In that soldier's name, something with an S. I would joke that I forgot it, but I genuinely have forgotten his name already. So, you know, you probably won't be hearing much of him anymore in this playthrough. And that's the way it's gotta be sometimes. Sometimes soldiers in video games have to disappear so that they can make room for the next generic soldier. And I, for one, can't wait to find out who that's gonna be. So this might look like an arena, but I'm sure that's just like a coincidence, right? Yeah. I mean, the door is right there. It's not gonna close. But I'm not gonna get close to it just yet. Because I want to see if I can get on top of this wall. Just for fun. Let's just not bother. Let's just let it happen.
Oh, come on! All right, fellas. Let's dance.
Hello. Don't mind me, though. What are we fighting today? Outside of clear skeletons. I'm assuming those are the runny boys, and then a red biomechanoid. Then I think my choice in weaponry might change in a minute. Do you think I could melee a biomechanoid? Those weren't red. Those were very blue instead, actually. Okay, that doesn't work. Oh, hey! It's you. The non-melee friend. This might not work as well as I hope. But let's see. I mean... that seemed pretty effective. Yeah. Alright, mini nuke, cool. Got rid of a lot of stuff there. Pretty nice. Pretty good. Don't hate it. It's a shame that I have to use it there, maybe. But I'll be real, I don't know what a good place to use any item is in this game, so... I live by my choice. Oh god, that was just right in my face. Assume there's one on that side as well. But again, the 5 rocket upgrade. Which I'm curious if it's worth it. Sometimes just shooting several rockets might like increase the chance of them not accidentally hitting one of their rockets. But at the same time, it's just a lot of fun to shoot 5 rockets. You just feel so strong. You feel like you're in charge. And that's just nice. I'm gonna try this one more time. But if it doesn't work, I'll actually play the game again. It's just that I have these needs, and that was a very poor attempt. Just one more. Just one more, like a real one, where I actually go up. And if that doesn't work, let's just assume it's a bad place to be. The jump is a little bit too hard. They sandbagged that whole area. They probably don't want me to go there. But what if the enemy drops something? I mean, I don't think I have that perk equipped right now, but what if the enemy drops something? It would be a shame to miss out on that, is all I'm saying. And I hope it does not happen this day. But let's move on to wherever we're going next. To this forest, perhaps? Maybe. To these walls, which one could get on top of if they perhaps so desired. Although that... any open area just scares me to being part of the world of out-of-bounds secrets. Huh? Ah! Where are you? Oh, you're right there. Oh, what are you doing? Just making some weird movements. That startled me. And that's the reason I took damage. It was my choice. My choice entirely. There's no way I can't jump on that. I don't think I can jump on that one. It's a weird surprise to me. Just seems like the kind of thing you'd be able to jump on, you know? I should probably be meleeing these guys. They're not actually surrounded by enemies. These are like prime melee candidates. Might as well get that 5 health every now and then. Charge up a little bit. With my long range melee, which I think I have equipped. Getting the maximum potential. Oh god, there's 2 of them. Not a problem for me, because I can just stop mid-reload and look at that. There's 2 more shells in the weapon. Isn't that nice? Hello, here's a rocket for you. I should probably just be using my knife on these enemies that are not really a problem to deal with. Maybe I should just melee everyone. I mean, I don't know how well that would work. Yeah, I'm regretting this choice. Let's see if this works. 2 health per shot. Barely even worth the melee until you reach that nice 69 health. For just a brief moment of clarity. There's a big building over there. I'm curious about that. Also curious why the music is still playing, because it looked like I killed everyone, but something always appears to stay alive in this world. And it's never a friend, from the sounds of things. For friends do not have this exciting music. Would be nice, I guess, if you just saw Kenny and it would just start blasting. That would be great. That would be a good addition to this game. The Kenny song. Huh. Cool. I wonder how many secrets I found at the end of this. Like, I feel like I found a lot. Maybe it's just because there are so many in this level. Who was shooting me just now? Ow. I let him shoot me. I was strongly considering meleeing him, and it really put me in a conundrum. And before you know it, he shoots a laser beam in your face and pretend that you let that happen for a purpose. But I suppose it is entirely possible that I cannot jump on top of this small staircase ledge. For the sake of not getting outside of these boundaries. It's nice that they, I guess, don't always give me the option, because I will take it every time. I just love jumping that much. Like, look at this. I think I can jump on this man's arm. Before you know it, I'm back in the land where I'm not supposed to be, by using his head. I was kind of kidding about that, but I guess, yeah. I mean, there is a whole forest here. You can't help me from being curious. I'm just gonna just do a real quick checkup, but I think... like, just making sure that this isn't actually a thing, but it definitely does look like... yeah, there's nothing here. This already leads to town, and wherever there's a big town I can run to, it usually just leads to shenaniganry. And I'm just not feeling shenaniganry today. It's a very time-consuming process. And I don't mind spending a little bit less than 4 hours in a level for once. Just keeping it chill. I'm gonna get rid of this statue before I get tempted again. You know I can't resist the temptation of a good statue to jump on top of and accidentally leave the level. It's just very powerful to me. But I wonder how much of the level I could skip by just jumping on top of stuff every now and then. Right, what we got? We got a whole bunch of stuff jumping from down there, up there, not down there. They're all yelling. That's not great. I guess I could use a black hole. Oh, I just run into a car. That's fine too, I guess. Go there. This is a pretty effective weapon, especially when your health is 26. Just gonna chill here for a second, because this thing lasts for a second as well. You could argue that should probably be waiting until like a boss battle or something, because eventually they'll change their minds on how boss battles should be and be like, it should be more like the old games, and then suddenly add 1,500 enemies to the boss fight.
Here's a little tip from Lord Agriman. Continued hostile action will be detrimental to your species. I'm sure he knows what he's talking about, so...
I shot it with a shotgun that should have removed it from existence, but it didn't. Now thinking back to it, probably wasn't worth to use the black hole there. There were like 2 green dudes and a bunch of kamikazes. I think the machine gun probably would have worked fine, but you gotta use your stuff every now and then, you know? You gots to use your stuff. This has gotta be a trap, right? Like, there's no way. There's no way this is not a trap. Yeah, there we go. That's what I thought. Oh yeah, run right in there. So does it change whether or not they shoot horizontally or vertically, just randomly? Because it does look like occasionally they shoot like those weird horizontal shots, and it really throws me off guard. You'd think it wouldn't make that much of a difference, but it do. It do make a difference. Just making, like, getting some fun with my grenade launcher secondary fire, because I don't really use it enough, I would say. It really does... It makes the grenade launcher a significantly more interesting weapon than what it used to be, which is just a slightly worse rocket launcher, which is more or less what it was back in the day. Like, you couldn't really use it for a rocket jump because it did more damage to you.
The Colosseum, where thousands of souls suffered under the scorching Roman sun. Well, at least we don't have tourism anymore.
At least we don't have tourism anymore. But yeah, I like the little additions they've made to the weapons, because with the grenade launcher dealing such an absurd amount of damage to yourself, there was often not a time where the rocket launch wasn't preferable, although you could shoot with it quicker. Like, you could shoot more grenades than rockets in a shorter period of time, so that, like, on its own made it a pretty versatile weapon in a lot of situations. But then there came the aiming part, and that it was very easy to accidentally just destroy your own grenades with other grenades and stuff like that. So it was like, it was a mess. It was a whole mess. I'm literally quick saving in front of every jump, because now that the fences are loading in front of my eyes, I feel like I shouldn't have gone here already. And I don't want to redo the battles as much anymore, but I saw an option and I took it, and before you know it, you're stuck on the other side of a fence. It'd be like that. I actually ran out of water. I like to use these little loading breaks to just have a sip of water, and I ran out. I hope that's not gonna affect my my performance. Rage Serum, pretty good. If we fight anything big, that could be quite useful, because let's be honest, we're gonna go into the Colosseum, we're probably gonna fight something that's at least reasonably large. And possibly even in charge. But that's good, that's good, that's good. Just gonna make one more just little looksy-booksy around just to make sure that we actually got as much stuff as we can. Might have missed a couple secrets because there was like 100, but it would be nice to get as many items as possible here, I suppose. Have I been here? No, there's armor power-ups over here. What a big place. I mean, I guess it's the Colosseum, but still. Just running into every tree at this point just to make sure there's not like a secret behind it. Please though. Snipers? In this place? You're being ridiculous. Look at those green crosshairs telling me whether or not I'm aiming at them. It actually makes headshots like significantly easier because you just slowly pan down and then, hey, I'm aiming at one. Now I can press the shoot button and it works. And I appreciate that. So pretty happy about that. Alright, let's leave, I guess. Maybe not. I have found a door. Whenever there's doors... Okay, there's another door. Maybe there's nothing interesting here, but I'm just making sure. Like, maybe on top of this... I mean, they must have realized at some point that you can probably jump on top of most of these terrains. Especially since these exact structures were also used in stuff like the Talos Principle and stuff. And I feel like their boundaries worked a bit different. Like, they actively had a pretty big invisible wall around them usually to stop people from being me. Which is fair. That's a fair choice. And I heartily, like, would say that everyone should make that choice. It makes life in a video game like this a lot quicker. But... yeah. It's weird that they redid those things, I guess. That's more or less what I'm trying to say. That they reworked those boundaries and in turn made everything lead to out of bounds by accident. It's a weird choice. Because I feel like on the one hand it's 100% my jam, but I can't be in the majority here. I mean, I accept that they made something specifically for me, and I appreciate it for what it is, but it's just very unusual to be catered to like this, in this specific way. I don't know. It's a weird one. Let's go die in the Colosseum, as we are supposed to. Oh, it's him.
Well, well, well. The mighty hero has reached the grand arena to fight before the ruler of the land. Most appropriate, don't you think? A dramatic setting for the hero's final confrontation with reality.
Is that what you call my fist meeting your face?
You see, that attitude is what makes conquering your planet so amusing. Your unwavering belief in the triumph of the underdog. I want to see that confidence break.
You done talking, jackass?
No, I'm only just getting started.
Good. Did you hear that teleportation sound effect? That's the original teleportation sound effect. I didn't think that was still in this game. Anyway, let's go die. This is more or less where I'm very much expecting to die, at least. It's the Colosseum. But who knows? Perhaps it'll go easy on me. But I will focus those down first, because they scare me a lot more, and I'm not even sure if they're dangerous. Like, perhaps I can just walk slightly and that'll be enough, but truthfully, I don't know. I also don't know if I'm just fighting purple people right now. Oh, that doesn't feel purple. Nope, taking way too much damage. Oh boy. Off to an extraordinarily rough start, jeez. Yeah, that seems about right. I did say I was going to die here, and I stand by my choice. I waited too long to shoot. But hey, now we know that there's clears that we also have to be aware of. Did I kill the witch in one shot that time? I don't understand this game sometimes. Whatever. It's time to press G and just shoot. I'm a cool gun. There's a clear here. Yep. Don't really know how many we're dealing with. I feel like some of these attacks are a bit better aimed than others, and I'm not sure how. Because I assume they're the same enemy type. Hell yeah, I can't use my fists in this weapon though, or in this game rather. But I appreciate the sentiment that my fists don't need bullets. I mean, I guess I can use the knives, but it's hard to like use my fists at the same time, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Do you get it? There's still a witch above me. Yeah. This shadow gave it away. That's the only way I noticed. Ah, there's a clear skeleton here. Don't mind me. Various skeletons. I think that might have been the first wave. Very good.
How many people have fought and died on this spot? How many human empires have come and gone? Conquest is inevitable, Sam.
I heard multiple. Probably get away with destroying a couple of these. Get me on that bull. How am I not on that bull right now? I am actually mad.
How many people have fought and died on this spot?
I don't understand how this game works. I just don't understand how it works. And that's so frustrating.
Is inevitable, Sam.
Like, does it? No, it doesn't need to stop. It just decided that I wasn't allowed on the bull, I guess. I'm just gonna shoot some grenades behind me, I think. But I truthfully sometimes feel like stuff is happening and I don't really understand why. But I'm just gonna run around this bull for a while, I guess. That's fine. Do you think I actually have to kill the bull at the end, or if it's just enough to just have a bull and that you can just continue with it if you're riding it? Because I think that would be neat. Because he doesn't seem to care that I'm sitting on top of him. Like, the moment I got on, he was like, alright, yeah, that's my life. Control me entirely. I think I kind of want this bull to die before I get to the next area, though. There we go. There you go. Press E to enter. Like, now this is the only thing alive. Surely the game's like, oh, it's the last one. I'm getting ready to process the next wave of things. Oh, you can jump? Like, really though? Like, are you serious? Like, really? This is the jump of the bull. Oh, that's incredible. Okay, I'm actually just checking this place out real quick. Oh. Alright, goodbye, bull. It's been nice. You were a good friend. Just gonna pick up some of this stuff, I guess. Yeah, that seems about right. Wait. I'm gonna quick save. I'm gonna run into you. Yep. I think there's an animation where he like sits down a bit, and I'm assuming that's how you get on top of the boy. But I don't know how much I need to shoot him for him to do that. That might suck. Oh, never mind. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is neat. This is hella neato is what this is. My stomp did nothing there to those enemies, but you know what? They just want Sam, and I'm just riding this dude, so it's fine. Hey there, bud. How weak are you against attacks from your own friend? This is just like Power Rangers. You think I can do that attack? That didn't even damage me. I'm taking 1 damage from Kamikaze. This enemy is insane. No wonder Sam has a difficult time killing these. Especially when he doesn't even have to turn around to shoot his balls like this. I'm literally shooting behind me. This is how cool this guy is. Is this what it's like to be cool? I never realized. The amount of power you can have in your hand by just being this cool. I'm taking 1. Did I not even take damage from that guy? Music stops instantly. No, that's a stomp. Which is nice, I guess. This one also has a trademark jump. Just real solid. Just real good. Look, you can barely even see the jump when I'm riding him. Because I suppose if I just wait for a second, this guy's gonna just disappear as well. Actually gonna quick save and try to get off. Just put him onto the wall there. That's probably fine, right? Seems to be taking significantly more damage from my shotgun than from the 100,000 enemies that ran at him. Probably because I'm shooting them in the head, I guess.
You're beginning to bore me. Let me summarize your final lesson, Sam. There is a hierarchy to the universe. People like you will always be down there. People like me will always be up here. And the only escape you have is death. Goodbye, Sam. Nobody will remember you.
Looks like Ackerman ordered the lobster, and I'm gonna have to pick up the tab.
So, interestingly, I'm not reacting to this monster because I kind of knew it already existed. Like, if you go out of bounds, you can't actually see this dude just sitting outside. Oh, this guy's taking no damage at all. This is gonna take ages. Maybe I should just use like the rage powder or whatever. Just gonna shoot a whole bunch of rockets. Maybe, do I have to attack this guy even? Maybe he just dies after a while. It takes a while for rockets to reach him. Oh boy, this is gonna be a mess. This is gonna be a messy mess is what this is. Like, what even is the best choice of weaponry here? Because this is not working. I'm actually a little curious if this works. Like, how strong is this actually? Reasonably. Like, not bad, but it's not really gonna do the trick, is it? Like, I'll definitely be able to do a lot of damage this way, but just not quite enough to seemingly make it worthwhile. So maybe I'm just supposed to just shoot some dudes here. Oh boy.
Or a lot of small ones.
Because it does spawn a bunch of different enemies, so maybe I'm just supposed to like chill here for a minute.
Colossal carnivorous crab. It's a plus
Alright, I'm not gonna lie, switching to G did not take more than a second, I guess. maybe switching the button for weapon switching is actually an idea, provided that you don't need the letter G. I wonder if just using this weapon with the steroid powder is enough to just win. Because this seems to do a lot.
Guess I'll have to widen my vocabulary.
I'm gonna be real, I haven't heard the dialogue. I was too busy with this fight.
That makes it big in Japan.
Big in Japan is a Guano Ape song. Alright, what weapons am I looking for? This doesn't work. Surely if the rockets take 6 days to actually reach the target and he's moving as well, like no way. Can I hear? Like I get that it keeps giving me rockets as well, so it makes me think maybe I should. Also, how does a fight like this work if you're trying to get all kills? Like in the second encounter, I think you can more or less get infinite kills because of the final boss. I'm worried that's going to be the case in this game as well. Because I wouldn't mind trying to go for an all kills run at some point, but it would actually need to be possible to get all the kills for that. No, that's not good. Alright, attempt number however many. Let's get this over with. So far I've learned this thing. And then pressing my trusty G button for this shotgun that I probably should have reloaded beforehand. Pretty good weight. This thing has range. Like it just deals a buttload of damage with this power up. So I'm pretty happy that you just get it in this level. Get a whole bunch of ammo for it too. Now I don't really know what I want to do. Like on the one hand, I think I want to just continue with this weapon till I'm done with it. And then just quick scope. Alright, this is hurting a lot, actually. Also, secondary fire upgrade for the grenade launcher is ridiculous. It's so much damage that you deal with it. But you do need to be alive. And that's really just the main difficult part. I guess the upgrade to just run and shoot as quick as you can, probably not the worst idea for this fight.
Guess I'll have to widen my vocabulary.
The vocabulary line stays hilarious. Trying not to get distracted by all these enemies and just trying to win this fight because it's a mess. Occasionally health seems to appear and I'm not really sure where it's coming from, but it's making life a little bit easier. Oh, and it does actually, whoops, it does give auto shotgun shells this fight. So I should probably just be using that then, because it does seem to work quite well at this range. There we go.
And that's why a crustacean is like a... Damn it, Rodriguez, you interrupted my one-liner.
Sorry, boss. You want me to go back down and come back up again?
No, the moment's passed. What are you doing down there anyhow?
Been down here like half an hour. I think the others are that way. What happened to you?
You know, same old crab.
I am a little curious if you could kill that crab while it's still outside of the level. And I think I might actually try doing that. The estimated time for this level is 25 minutes, and I think that's absurd. 77 is far more reasonable. More than I thought I spent in it, actually, but fair enough. But yeah, that was episode 6. And next time we play, we will be playing episode 7, When in Rome. I hope you all enjoyed it so far, and I hope to see you all next time. Bye-bye.